with our families, our career, our friends, our partners, our pets, but most of all, busy with our addiction to iPhone, iPad, and other social media. But suppose I challenge you to do one thing that is easy to do, that won't cost you a cent, and this thing that you do will benefit mankind in general. Would you do it? Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, my challenge to you this morning is to do one random act of kindness every day. A random act of kindness is a selfless act performed by a person or a group of persons for no other purpose than to make the lives of others happier. Many years ago, when I was a young man of 28 years, still energetic and good looking, I was offered a very big career opportunity, a human resources manager position based in Hong Kong with a multinational, paying 4 times what I was earning in the Philippines. As I've never traveled overseas, I had to apply for a passport, which I did. A few weeks later, I went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to collect my passport. To my surprise, the passport officer said to me, "Sorry sir, we cannot issue a passport yet because we're investigating your citizenship." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because sir, your surname Lim sounded Chinese, and therefore we suspect you're an alien." I said, "What? Do I look like an alien?" He said, "Oh, sorry sir, I mean we suspect you are a foreigner." He asked me to go back another week. As it turned out, I had to go back 2 more times. The third time I went there, he still would not give me my passport. By then I was really angry and frustrated and worried because I could see that my dream of going to Hong Kong fast disappearing. As I stood outside the passport office, feeling so helpless, a man came out with a stack of passport in his hands. So, out of desperation, I chased after him and asked him how he was able to get those passports while I couldn't even get one. He looked at me and said, "Do you have 200 pesos? I said, "Yes." So I took my 200 pesos, give it to him. He went into the passport office, and in less than 5 minutes he came out. And guess what? In his hands was my passport. Now I didn't know this person from Adam or from a bar of soap. But what he did that day changed my life forever. To that complete stranger, his random act of kindness may not mean much, but to me, he was like Jesus Christ, my Savior. From that time on, I promised myself that I will always practice random acts of kindness whenever I could. These days, when what you see being frequently reported in the media are news about acts of violence, hatred, racism, and other negative acts which are being exaggerated by the media. But news about acts of benevolence, charity, and kindness do not get the attention they require, they deserve. But if we, as individuals, perform random acts of kindness, we will be able to set an example and encourage others to do the same. Acts of kindness do not have to be material or substantial. It could be just an act of giving compliment to another person, helping a victim of bullying, consoling a friend who is in grief, or assisting an elderly person across the street. When we show unconditional love and kindness to others, we never know how our action can influence the lives of those who are less fortunate than us. Too often, we underestimate the power of a touch, of a smile, of a kind word on the life of someone who is desperate. Our random acts of kindness has the potential to turn around another person's life. Fellow Toastmasters, many years ago, a complete stranger turned around my life by an act of kindness. So today, let me implore you to do the same. Set out to do a random act of kindness every day. Do it without expecting a reward. Do it, as the late Princess Diana said, do it in the safe knowledge that someday someone might do the same thing to you. Many things in our life that we do will be forgotten after we're gone. But our random acts of kindness may have a lasting effect on the lives of those that we leave behind. In conclusion, let me say this. It is not what we gather, but rather what we scatter that will define the lives that we live. So aim to scatter more random acts of kindness so that this world of ours will be a much better place.